Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today I'm going to be featuring Tier 9 Premium Cruiser, which is a good old Kronstadt. Now Kronstadt has added into the game by a long time ago, and it is certainly one of my favorite cruisers in the game by far. I know that a lot of players don't like Kronstadt, but I totally believe with this reload time that it has, the gun's performance at this tier, and the alpha damage that it still has for 305mm guns is pretty insane. And on top of that, it has the highest HP pool of all cruisers at tier 9, makes Kronstadt still the most consistent and strongest cruiser in the game. Yes, there are a lot of players that might disagree with the Kronstadt abilities and power. I completely, at least disagree with them, because that's totally my belief and my experience that Kronstadt is absolutely insane. I rate Kronstadt actually better than Alaska by a huge margin. And I'm not lying, Alaska is really strong ship, don't get me wrong, but at least compared to Alaska, Kronstadt seems to be overpowered. Honestly, it is a bit too much. It has gotten buffed significantly by so many times that I can't even basically, give you the references. It has now 27mm armor instead of 25mm armor that it used to be. It also have, got an alpha damage buff with the, IFHE rework, and you can able to see now that you can have extra 5% alpha damage with the EP shells. And that's the reason why you have 9,400 damage, and you have battleship levels of penetration on the Kronstadt. And if I'm not wrong, it has penetration that is comparable to Petropavlovsk. Yes, Petropavlovsk have really good AP pen, right? Kronstadt have battleship levels of AP penetration. It basically sort of performs like 380mm guns. And here, this Donskoy, which will last for a long time in the game, and he's basically my clanmate that is running away in a Donskoy, getting overpenned, which is unfortunate. And this is a bit of an issue that Kronstadt does have, and I can understand that this happens in a Kronstadt, but again, you have this spotter plane with these guns that basically have this rail guns, and like sometimes you get even this dispersion. And look at that dispersion. And I got 4 overpen. I don't know why. I don't know. It's very unlucky that I got these overpens, but this sort of happens from time to time. And here, the Missouri actually tried to shoot me on 20 kilometers, so gotta be careful. That Missouri is actually a decent player, and he's trying to take A-pot shots, so gotta be careful. But as you can see, you have now like a firing range almost. Let me show you the firing range. It's like a 22 kilometer firing range with the spotter plane, to be honest. And you can have this spotter plane, a radar, a heal at the same time. And I mean, these heals are really good because, well, we're healing a lot of HP. I mean, you are healing so much. I mean, look at the dispersion. It's not really that bad, right? And look at, oh my goodness, absolutely devastated at 18.9 kilometer. And I mean, that's the thing about the Kronstadt, man. People say it's terrible. I completely disagree. It's not really that bad. It's actually a really, really strong heavy cruiser in the game. It is removed for a reason, that it is really strong. But still, well, people have their own opinions. My opinion will stay that Kronstadt is really strong. And I mean, dispersion is not bad. I mean, it does have battleship levels of dispersion, okay, but it does have 2.05 sigma. So cruiser sigma, but battleship levels of dispersion, ellipse. It's basically comparable to the American and British battleships, so keep that in mind. And I can just use this spotter plane and can farm at long ranges with this insane shell velocity that it has. You can just smash ships like that, and I can just go left and right, center, and I can shoot anyone with this range and spotter plane. And the shells, like the shell velocity of these Kronstadt APs is really, really good. And I mean, you have like, come on, you have 15.5 seconds of reload time with some adrenaline rush kicked in right now. I mean, 15.5 seconds of reload time. Okay, there's one thing that I want to basically talk about. There's a time when Ibuki used to have base 15 seconds of reload time on 203 guns, okay? And Kronstadt, at least now, has this 15 seconds of reload time with these 305mm guns. It tells a lot. It does tell a lot. And it does also have really good concealment of 12.7 kilometer, okay? I haven't spotted the DD because there is not a whole lot of DDs in the game as well. A lot of cruisers and battleships in the game, and this game is going to go pretty long because I have stayed very resilient in this game. Our team will absolutely gonna try to throw, but you will eventually find out that the Kronstadt is absolutely crazy good. Now here, I try to push back, try to see if I can actually get some shell hits on this Donskoy, who's a bit broadsiding. Now I have this Donskoy as well as Baltimore in a firing range. As you can see, there is a Neptune that is using smoke, and Baltimore can potentially spot me with 12.7 kilometer of mine. So yeah, dispersion can be trollish sometimes, as you can see here. It could be trollish, but and you can get so many overpans, I can understand, but you have really good reload time, okay? And you also have really good armor. And again, as you can see, Missouri again tried to shot me while kiting, which is understandable because he wants to farm damage as well, and he's trying to basically counter me hard. And here, I think the Friesland is spotting me, and I can shoot him back. Maybe I get a couple of shells here, maybe, I don't remember. Yeah, I got one over penetration, which is okay, which sounds fine. I think the Friesland will go into the cap, and the funny part is a lot of people don't know that Kronstadt has radar. And this is what exactly is going to happen. The Friesland will going to get surprised, since he will, I think, try to get into the cap, if I'm not wrong. And well, then you will eventually see that this 12 kilometer radar, which is basically almost 33 seconds of duration, which is very strong, by the way. 12 kilometer radar, 13.3, like 33 seconds of duration. It's absolutely crazy. And now, I mean, sure, this dispersion looks into the middle of nowhere. It happens. I agree, it happens from time to time. But again, the tankiness of Kronstadt, the gun reload time of Kronstadt basically makes up for it. And on top of that, I have Kuznetsov on top of the Friesland, on the Kronstadt, which is even more insane, right? So you have extra heal once you are pretty low, or if you are burning down to death, you can absolutely just heal back some of the HP and try to survive, which is pretty nice. Now here Friesland did survive, and our Ostrogotten kinda try his best to throw his ship, and you can clearly see he's losing so much HP, and we have not a whole lot of ships right now compared to the enemy. And Friesland, as you can clearly see, he's shooting in the smoke, and I blind fired him and actually got 2 penetration hits, which is nice. And there's a Missouri that is keep constantly shooting me and did at least 14k damage. Remember, Kronstadt gets overmatched by 406mm guns, and that's the exact reason why I'm getting that much damage from the Missouri, because he's able to pen my superstructure or the side armor. So that's kind of unfortunate, but now I want to showcase you something which shows that it has battleship levels of AP penetration. This is Nagato, the tier 7 battleship, right? And this is Kronstadt. And you can see now that I'm getting Citadel on this board, Nagato. You're having these guns that can Citadel literally a battleship. It's super hilarious. I mean, Nagato is absolutely throwing his ship right now. And look at the dispersion. This time is pretty good, right? You're shooting the shells so fast that you are finding a good value regardless of the bad accuracy, right? And again, I got a decent dispersion still. And there's a Missouri that tried to come back in bow tank. And look at the dispersion. Again, almost 6,000 damage. Only hitting the superstructure, even though the Nagato is angled, because the shells are super fast. And I mean, it's so fast that you can just get this pinpoint, hit on the or lead on the target regardless of its angle. And that's what I'm exactly doing. Nagato obviously trying to run away. He has pretty much less HP. By the way, there's also one thing that I just forgot. As you can see, Kronstadt has really good firing angles. Like Kronstadt from the bow and from the stern has very impressive firing angles. And luckily, our Nebraska in this game is a star of the show. This guy is actually the reason why I won the game, which you will eventually find out. There is the Duke of York, which is now gonna broadside to a Missouri, and he will eventually die. Missouri obviously trying to basically bow tank, which I can understand for the team, but this is not gonna go well for him because I also have HE shells, and HE shells have decent alpha damage of 4200, and I get fires on Missouri, and this would actually help me a lot in doing some decent damage to this poor guy. And again, I shot the guns, I got another fire, and now he DCP'd the fire. Now he has to disengage, right? And he actually did that, which is the nice thing. So Missouri, if he disengages like this, well, I can't do much about it. I don't want to be pushing in right now, since there is a Siegfried and Donskoy on the 9-10 line. So the game is not over yet. I did some damage, and luckily, Missouri got spotted by Ostergotland, and Ostergotland actually don't know that Missouri has radar. 7 shell hits again, and did pretty decent damage. And I angled again at the Missouri, guns, but again, because of this hard angling, I cannot able to use my back guns, for the front guns, and that's the reason why I didn't manage to get fires. The Baltimore is pretty low, and I will try to shoot this Baltimore and hitting on the superstructure most likely because, well, okay, I just shot the salvo. I don't remember whether I killed him with this salvo or not. Looks good. Dispersion looks good, and I actually got this guy. And well, I have the spotter plane ready, so I can shoot a King George at 20 kilometers. That is the benefit of Kronstadt, man. You don't need to really rely on, staying at very, uncomfortable situation because you have this spotter plane, which gives me a huge value. And King George 5, by the way, also have vulnerable citadel. I'm not sure if I can able to citadel him at that range because Kronstadt has really good penetration. But I think he will not going to get citadeled, I'm sure of that. And I'm also not getting a good shot on him at this range. So that is a bit of a bummer. But as you can see, there is a Siegfried that is apparently trying to get into the decap. And I will meet Siegfried in a couple of minutes. But before that, I'm trying to farm this King George. Not getting a bit of a damage on it since he's basically turning out and running away. So now there is a Missouri, however, and he shoots at the Ostergotland and he got him dead. The game doesn't look good. Look at the team of ours. Only 3 ships remaining compared to 5 of our ships. So even though there are a couple of very low HP ships, Missouri seems to be surviving that much is a problem, and we still have a chance of losing. But then you will find out that Kronstadt tankiness and resilience can be such a valuable tool for the team. 127k damage, 1.1 million potential damage as of now, and I just blind shoot the Missouri once I saw that where that guy Missouri actually eaten a torpedo, and I shot him, but I missed him completely, which is unfortunate. And now there is a Nebraska and Karl 14 Johann that is remaining alongside with me. So there is not a destroyer, which is good. So they have to push in to the cap to get at least a C cap, which he will do. And in this case, Siegfried will actually try to push in, which he should be doing. Our Karl 14 Johann finally managed to kill the Andalusia, which is nice. And now I'm gonna try to make a crossfire. Now Nebraska is doing a good job in bow tanking right now, since Siegfried does not have a lot of HE spam. It only have these 6 guns. And obviously Siegfried also have very vulnerable citadel. Kronstadt has really good dispersion, as you can see. Did some damage, and now I can shoot him again. I think he's not respecting the guns of the Kronstadt. Now he's turning in. Okay, now he actually realizes the situation. But I aimed exactly on the super sector, did the same damage, and as you can see, the down square started to shoot me here, which could be a bit of a trouble. But you can see we have lost Karl 14 Johann again, so this game is not looking good. I'm having a bit of a trouble here. Nebraska is trying to help me, but look at the Missouri shells that are coming as well on the other side. So I have to tank that as well. So it's not looking good, but again, trying as much as possible to win for the team. And this is the exact time that I had thought that I have to push. Unfortunately, Siegfried done the wrong thing. He broadsided at this moment, which basically proven absolutely terrible, to be honest. And Missouri again shot the guns, and I turned in so that I can mitigate some of the damage at least. Even though he shot nicely on my superstructure, I still managed to tank some of the shells. So it is pretty good. I tried to see where the Donskoy really is, and he got radared by me. He will actually going to radar me in return. So the game does not look to be over, and I have to turn out because I know that if I push more, I will get into the crossfire of Donskoy and Missouri, and I cannot tank that much damage. I have to stay in a position where I can just farm a single ship at the same time. Not two ships at the same time, otherwise I will eventually not gonna survive. So now, Donskoy, realizing the situation, he's trying to run away. He does not have heals apparently. And Nebraska with these planes actually going to help us a lot in doing what we want to do. And here, Donskoy broadsiding, not more broadsiding, and look at that, Missouri trying to come back to kill me here. And I'm dropping the shells on the Donskoy, as well as the Nebraska is doing the same in turn. And I'm trying to kill him, and look at the HP that he has remaining. He has actually a Kuznetsov on top of himself, which is surprising considering it's a Tech 3 cruiser. So he definitely likes to play Donskoy, and that's the reason why he might have this Kuznetsov in the first place. I mean, I also do have Kuznetsov, but it's a premium ship, so I don't need to retrain. So now here, the Missouri is coming, and I have basically switched to HE shells since I want to basically support my Nebraska. Now Nebraska is pushing a bit relentlessly, I don't know why, and it could be a bit of a messy situation, because if Nebraska dies, we will have a bit of complications, because then I will be the remaining guy, and Missouri, if he didn't die, could cost us a huge problem. Now Missouri is angled, and Nebraska obviously getting a broadside maybe on the Missouri. So I'm just getting some shell hits on this guy, and dispersion now seems to be a bit better. Sometimes it could be wonky, but as you can see, I still get 5 shell hits, which is nice. And somehow, the Nebraska actually able to do well. I was really happy to see that. Donskoy again running for his life. And I have used all the heals, almost tanked 2 million potential as of now. And this is a Donskoy. And now I do have spotter plane, so no issues with the range. I will almost always going to have that much range. Now, here is a bit of a complication. We don't have points at the moment, right? Like right now, we have less points than enemy team, so it's a bit of a concern. And let's see if we can able to manage to pull the Donskoy off. So, well, let's see if we can do that. So Donskoy is basically turning out, and let's see if we can manage to kill this guy. So I'm trying my best to kill this guy as much as possible, and let's see if I can do that. So Donskoy is turning out, and I got all the shell hits, which is nice. So that is pretty good. So now apparently we are almost on the verge on winning this game. For some reason I don't understand, we have 910 points, and no, sorry, we have 914 points? It's not possible. The enemy team has 980 points. We have 565 points, right? Wait, what? Is this a bug or something? I thought that we will win this game, right? And I remember that. What happened? Whoa. Okay, I have to wait for 25 seconds. I don't understand this. I remember this replay to be a win. It seems like the enemy is winning at the moment. What is going on? Whoa. Hello? 950 points on the enemy team? It has to be something, man. I don't understand this at all.
Our victory is in...
What? Enemy team has 962 points. How we won this game? It must be a bug or something. I don't remember really. I mean, it's absolutely weird. Like, I was not realizing that the replay, Kronstadt, has this bug as well. Like, in the replays particularly, this might be a bug where You cannot able to see the team score points or enemy team. I don't know how do I basically explain it. You have clearly seen what happened. We are winning, but we are losing. Enemy team is winning, but it actually lose. So I don't know. Anyways, 1.7 million credit. It was a really good game at the end. It was a victory apparently. 173k damage, which is pretty nice for a tier 9 cruiser like Kronstadt. 3 kills, 5 citadels. As you can see, I did some good damage on the poor Nagato, which is broadsiding, and he definitely got surprised from this salvos that I dropped on this guy. So team score wise, my resilience with the Nebraska support actually managed to carry this game. We almost lost this game, obviously, but we pulled this off and we won the game, and I was pretty happy to see that we did pretty right thing at the end. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this replay, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.